Hey there, this is Red. It's time for another episode of Red Plays. All right, it's been a while, but we're back to making another run with Quicksilver at Rhino. I'm in Kansas City area and I play in the basement here. It's been a little bit cold the past week, so we're getting back to playing now. It's warming up a little bit, stuff's melting, so it's time to get going again. All right, so last time we took out Rhino Standard using our out of the box pre-constructed Quicksilver deck, so we're going to change it up to Rhino Expert and see if we can take him out with Quicksilver. Now, I'm kind of concerned about this because we start with breaking and taking on the board there, and Quicksilver is kind of a build-up hero, and that's going to get some cards out early, and hopefully I can deal with that as Quicksilver, but we'll see how things go here. So I've got Rhino 2 out there, so to recap, let's take a look here. We got Rhino 2, he's got when revealed, we've got Breaking and Taken out there, and he's got 1 scheme and 3 attacks, so he hits a bit harder. Starts with 15 hit points. Not too bad. All right, we've got our Break-In, which caps out at 7. Let's see here. Let's read the flavor text. It's been a while since we did the flavor text. Let's see here. Rhino is attacking a shield facility. Yada, yada, yada. Put bomb scare out there. Flip it over. And we've got Rhino is trying to smash through the facility wall and steal a shipment of vibranium. You must stop him. All right, so we're gonna try and give Rhino the stop. All right, and then we've got our breaking and taking out there, which is Rhino is breaking through and taking them. Breaking and taken. So he's already taken it. I thought he was trying to break through, but it says he's taken them. Oh, whatever. Anyway, we've got 3 threat on here, and it's going to give us another encounter card. So it's all good. All right, so we've got a 3 threat. We've got break in. We've got Rhino. We've got Pietro Maximoff out there, and you should be watching your WandaVision. So, all right. Anyway, he's got his superpowered siblings. Discard 2, draw. So normally you can discard 2 cards and draw 2 cards, but if Wanda's out, he can draw 3 cards, and he can only do that once per round. All right, and then on the other side, we've got Quicksilver, which is 1s across the board, but when he uses one of his basic powers, you can ready him, which has been amazing in a protection deck. So, all right, starting hand size is 6. Let's see what we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, what we're looking for is like a Serval Industries, which helps us get Quicksilver cards back in hand. We really do not have any of the cards I really want at the start. So multiple man is kind of an interesting start because if I play multiple man, I get to get all of his cards out there, which would mean that I could bring 3 multiple men into play, which would get rid of the break-in and taken. So that is an interesting thought. I really want these always be running maximum velocity. I want those later. Like this, if I take that card, give myself +2 attack, +2 defense, I do a little untap action. Those are amazing things, but they don't do me a lot of good right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I think we're going to ditch all of these cards because we're going to go looking for some of our setup cards. Ooh, problem is if I go looking for some of my setup cards, then I might not want to play multiple man. Oh, that's okay. There's a tough thing there. I kind of want having some double resources. If I got a double resource, I could potentially play 2 cards. Yeah, let's ditch them and see what we come up with. Maybe we'll come up with the magic thing. All right, so we're gonna get 5 other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, we got reinforced sinew, which we kind of want to keep. Oh, so that's a little bit on the painful side. Because that gives me +1 attack. I totally don't want to lose that right now, but I do really want to play multiple man, and I don't have to get all of the multiple men out in order to take out the break-in and taken. But I think that's the best value for my money there. The other thing is I could get, rather than going after multiple man, I could go after civic duty, which would give me +1 thwart till the end of phase. And then if I thwart twice, I could get the breaking and taken out of there, which is an interesting idea. And at that point in time, I could get my reinforced sinew into place. That is an interesting way to go. And then what do I hold on to? Do I just not worry about? Yeah, then we not worry about multiple man this round. I mean, I would take an attack, but I could get +2 defense, which is probably going to still take damage. Oh, wow. So the other option would be to forget all of that, essentially. Go after multiple man and get 3 multiple men out. Oh, I don't know which one to do. I think we'll go with the multiple men. Let's go with the multiple men. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to spend 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if it's the right choice, but we're going to put multiple man into play. All right, so multiple man says, as a response, after multiple man enters play, search your deck and hand for a copy of multiple man and put it into play. Shuffle your deck if it was searched this way. So we're going to put him into play. I get to search my hand and put him into play. Then I get to search for another multiple man. And because when I play that one, I put that one into play. When that one comes into play, I get to search my deck and my hand for another one and put him into play. There we go. All right. So we've got the multiple men. That's a lot of multiple. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch of them out there. And I think they're all going to thwart. So we're going to do a bunch of thwarting. So we're going to put thwart, thwart, thwart. We're going to get rid of the breaking and taking. All right, that's taken care of. They all take consequential damage. So they only have 2 health. I think we've got a lot of blocks sitting there. All right, now I've got, yeah, we're going to flip on over to Quicksilver. We'll attack for 1. Then we do that. We can ready him. And we'll attack again. So we attack for 2. So Rhino's down to 13. Okay. I don't think that was too bad of a start, but I didn't build. And Quicksilver's kind of a build character. So I'm feeling a little bit bad about that. But we'll see how it goes. Okay. So it's the end of the hero phase. I'm going to get all my, I'm going to ready all my stuff. I'm going to draw back up to a hand size of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what we've got here. All right, so we got an armored vest. Oh, that's nice. Accelerated reflexes. And we got nerves of steel there. So that's, did I spend 1 too many cards when I played multiple man? No, because I kept a multiple man in hand. Okay. So let's see here. Nerves of Steel gives me an energy resource to play a defense event, which would be nice. Really, I want to get this armored vest out there because if I can get Quicksilver up to 2 defense, potentially 3 defense, he becomes massive because he can defend every round. Then that really counters the villain attacking really well. Okay. I also have a Speed Cyclone, which we can pay X to stun that many enemies out there, which is nice too. So, okay. Anyway, we're on to the villains phase because we've done all of our hero stuff. So villain phase, what's going to happen is Rhino, oh, we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme. That's what we're going to do first because that happens right off the bat. Next thing is Rhino. So I'm going to see Quicksilver out there. He's going to want to come attack. This multiple of the multiple men is going to block. So multiple man's going to block. Rhino's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost card. He's going to boost up for, oh, it's an advance. What a great one to get out of there. But he's going to knock this multiple man out. All right. Happy, always happy to get an advance out of the deck. All right. I need an encounter card. Not one of my cards. Encounter card is Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. What's that say? I'll be the only one cracking things today, starting with your skull. All right, so I've got no upgrades or supports out there, so it's going to surge into another card. Our next card is Assault. The villain attacks you. You should have stayed in black because I'm going to dirty you up bad. All right. So he's got another attack coming at me. I think we're going to put another multiple man in front of that. So he's going to attack for 3. Can you get a boost of? Can I get another advance? Nope. Hard to keep down. That's all right. We can get rid of that too. All right. So that's going to do 3 damage. It's going to take out this multiple man. All right. Then Rhino is done. We're back over to our hero turn. All right. Now, I've got a lot. These are 3 really great cards, I think, that I would like to get out. I think I'm going to give priority to the Armored Vest. So we're going to use our Adrenaline Rush to play our Armored Vest because that +1 defense is really good. And then when I use my Nerves of Steel and my Speed Cyclone to play my Accelerated Reflexes, it's going to give me another +1 defense. So I'm at +2 defense. That gives me 3 defense. And I can freely defend every round. So that is good stuff. All right, so I'm going to hold on to my multiple man there. I want to save him in case something goes wrong, like Rhino gets another attack I'm not ready for, or something goes badly. So we're going to have Quicksilver. We'll have him go ahead and thwart first. Take 1 off of here. So we're going to exhaust him to thwart. Then we're going to use his ability to untap or ready back up. And then we'll go ahead and use him to attack Rhino for 1. Rhino's going to be down to 12, and we're not going to do anything with multiple man. All right, so we're going to be done. Ready everybody up, and we're going to draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're into Quicksilver's defense mode, which is where I want to be with Quicksilver because he's really good at that. All right, so now we got a double resource, 2 never back downs, Nerves of Steel, and a Civic Duty. Okay, so looking at this card, we have a never back down. When you defend against an attack, you get +2 defense for this attack. If you take no damage from this attack, stun the attacking enemy. Oh, that is massive. So I think we will be using that this turn. All right, so we're going to go over the villain's turn. So first thing, we're going to put that threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to see Quicksilver out there. Now, Quicksilver is going to defend against this. And we're going to use a never back down to play a never back down. All right, so that says when you defend against an attack, you get +2 defense for this attack. If you take no damage, stun the attacking enemy. All right, so I've got 1 base, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 defense. Now Rhino is attacking for 3. Let's see what kind of boost card he pulls. He pulls a 1 boost. All right, so I would normally take 4, but I'm blocking for 5. Therefore, he is stunned from the never back down. And because I blocked, it was my first use of my power this phase, I get to ready Quicksilver back up. All right, that went pretty well, I feel. So next up, we're going to have our encounter card. Our encounter card is Hydra Bomber. Choose to either take 2 damage or place 1 threat on the main scheme. All right. I'm trying to think of what I'm more afraid of. I think we'll go ahead and put the 1 threat on the main scheme. Dun, 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 dun. And then we will be done. All right, we're over to the hero turn. Now we're down some cards because we did some cool stuff last turn. Let's get our Nerves of Steel out there, which is going to give us more to pay for defense events. So I can use that to generate a energy resource for a defense event, which works well in this Quicksilver deck. All right, so I got the Hydra Bomber out there. He's got 2 on him. And then I've got the Break-In out there, which has 2 on it. So what do I want to go after? I can attack the Hydra Bomber and take him out. Rhino theoretically does not attack next turn because he's stunned. So I think we're going to take that Hydra Bomber out. So we're going to attack with Quicksilver. We're going to ready up, and we'll attack with Quicksilver again. So we do a total of 2 damage to the Hydra Bomber. Take the Hydra Bomber out. All right, I think we're just going to let Multiple Man sit for now, not do anything. I would really like to get my Serval Industry so I could get my my other upgrade back into my deck, get my +1 attack, because I could start using it right now. All right, and then we're going to be done at this point. I think I am going to discard my Civic Duty because I want to get to my upgrades in my Serval Industries. Get rid of this. I'm going to ready up. I'm going to draw back up to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See what we have here. We've got Genius, a couple of Adrenaline Rushes, another Armored Vest, and a Maximum Velocity. Okay. Maximum Velocity is neat. Armored Vest I can only have 1 of, so that's not going to do me any good. The Adrenaline Rushes would be good for later. They give me +1 attack to the end of phase, so if I can build up a few of those out there, I can have a big turn. Okay. We're going to go over to Rhino's turn. So first thing is a threat on the main scheme. Hopefully that other advance doesn't come out, because that could get kind of dicey. All right. Rhino is going to see Quicksilver out there. He's going to come to attack, but he doesn't because he's stunned. All right. Next up, we're getting counter card. Counter card is Hydra Mercenary. Ooh, he's got 3 and he's got guard. All right. That's unfortunate because he's kind of tough for Quicksilver right now where I don't have my boost out there to help me. I may end up using my Maximum Velocity just so I can take out that Hydra Mercenary. That's the end of Rhino's turn. So we're back over to the hero's turn. And I do think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use our Genius to play Maximum Velocity. So I can only do that once per phase. That's going to give me +2 attack, 2 thwart, and 2 defense until the end of the round. So this is going to last all the way to the end of the round, which means it lasts into the villain's turn. So I'm going to put a couple of markers here to help me remember that I've got a +2 till the end of the round. All right, the other thing is I'm going to get my Adrenaline Rush out there. So that's ready to go. All right, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attack for 3. And we're going to take out the Hydra Mercenary. All right, then I get to ready up because I used a basic power. And then I'm going to thwart for 3 and take everything off the break-in. In one of these turns, we're going to hurt Rhino a little bit more, but this isn't that turn. Okay. So we're going to be done. Now we're going to draw back up to our hand size. We need 4 more cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, our friction resistance. Costs 3 to get out there, and I have all my always be runnings right here. Oh. We could have a decent sized turn. I could get Adrenaline Rush out there. Oh, then I couldn't do my always be run-ins. Oh, man. Dang it. And my Serval Industries is going to be one of my last cards in the deck, and I want that early on. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Anyway. We're done with our hero turn. We're going to go over to the villain's turn. So villain's turn. First thing, 1 threat on the main scheme. Rhino is going to see Quicksilver out there. Now we're going to block this because we can. So I'm going to use my basic to defend. Now when I do that, I get to ready up. It's my first time this phase. Right now I'm defending at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got 5 defense against his attack of 3. So he's attacking for 3. He's going to get a boost of 1. So that's not enough to get by my awesome Quicksilver defense. I'm running circles around him. Okay. You get an counter card. Counter card is Sandman. He's going to come into play with toughness. Okay. That's a little bit on the annoying side. He attacks for 3, and he's got tough, and he's got 4 hit points. Okay. We'll have to see what we can do here. All right. So that's the end of the villain's turn. My stuff goes away because that's the end of the round. We're back over to the hero's turn. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We're going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to get friction resistance into play. So friction resistance is I can exhaust friction resistance to generate a physical resource. All right. So how are we going to play this? I want to get Sandman out of there. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have multiple man attack to get rid of the tough on Sandman. All right. So he only hits for 1, but that's enough to get rid of the tough. All right. Next up, how are we going to do this? Let's see here. After you're ready, Quicksilver, ready this card. All right. So right now we're going to use our Adrenaline Rush to get +1 attack until the end of phase. So you got +1 attack. So we're attacking for 2. All right. We're going to attack Sandman for 2. I'm going to do 2. And we get to ready up because it's our first one. We used our first basic power. We're going to exhaust again to attack for 2 more. We're going to take Sandman out. All right, next up, we're going to use a resource side of this, which says resource, exhaust friction resistance, generate a physical resource. Then after you ready Quicksilver, I get to ready this card. So we're going to exhaust friction resistance to generate a physical resource to play. Always be running. Always be running says ready Quicksilver. So we're going to get Quicksilver back up. And that lets us get friction resistance back up. And then we're going to attack with Quicksilver. We're going to attack for 2 on Rhino and knock him down to 10. All right. We're going to be done with our turn. There's nothing else we can do. So we're going to ready up. Get rid of our little bonus because it was until the end of phase. Let's make sure that's right. I don't think it matters because I'm not going to attack on the other one. Yep, +1 attack until the end of phase. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I going to get my Serval Industries yet is the big question. Oh, it's the top card. All right, so we've got Serval Industries. I've got a double time, some energy, another double time, and a sidestep. So sidestep's interesting. It's when you would take any amount of damage, prevent 3 of that damage. If you paid for this card using an energy resource, deal 1 damage to an enemy. All right. If I do possibly take damage, I can use my Nerves of Steel to clean that up. I've got 2 double times. Yikes. All right, so it's the villain's turn. What's going on the villain's turn? First thing, he's going to put a threat on the main scheme. Can't stop that one. All right, next up, Rhino's going to see Quicksilver out there. Quicksilver's going to block, but then he gets to ready. So right now I've got a defense of 1, 2, 3. Rhino is attacking for 3. And 4, 5. So he's attacking for 5. I will use my Nerves of Steel. It says generate an energy resource for a defense event. Here's a defense event that says when you would take any amount of damage, which I am currently taking 2, it says prevent 3 of that damage. If I paid for it using an energy resource, which I did, I get to deal 1 damage to an enemy. All right, so Rhino's going to take 1. He's going to be down to 9. Slowly whittling away at the Rhino. All right. Next up, encounter card. That was his attack. We're doing encounter card next. So encounter card is false alarm. I'm confused. If I'm already confused, this card gains surge. I am not confused, so I am now confused. My sidestep needs to go in the right pile. All right. Confused. All right, that's the end of Rhino's turn. Okay. So how are we going to get through this part? So let's see here. I think we're going to use our friction resistance to play Serval Industries. All right. Then, how do we do this? Do we do a double time? Choose two of the following, deal 2 damage from an enemy. Yeah, I think we're going to double time it. So we're going to use 2 energy to play double time, or A energy, which generates 2 energy resources to play double time, which says choose 2 of the following. You may choose the same one twice. So deal 2 damage, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Now these are not attack or thwart actions, so it does not affect my confused. So I think I'm going to do 1, remove 2 threat from a scheme, and then 1, deal 2 damage to an enemy. All right. Now, let's see here. I think we will exhaust to attack for 1. Gonna knock him down to 6. I'm gonna use my power to ready up. When you ready Quicksilver, ready this card. So this gets readied. Then I will. How many cards do I have here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then I'm going to thwart. Oh, I can't. Well, there's nothing to thwart off of there, so I think that's a non-action. So I think we'll go ahead and attack for 1. That's going to leave me exhausted. All right, we're going to flip over to our alter ego side. I'm going to use Serval Industries, which says exhaust Serval Industries, shuffle 2 Quicksilver cards from your discard pile into your deck. So what do I want to go back into my deck? Do I want to try to set up an attack round where let's see here. We got a double time. Let me see how many. I got 1, 2, 3. There's 3. I think the 4th one is in here. The 4th one in here. There's 4. Always be running in there. So I could put an always be running back in there. I don't think I'm going to get my amazing round. So what I think I'm going to set up for is I want to get my enhancements out. So let's put reinforced sinew back in there. And what else do I want to put it back in there? Do you want to put an always be running back in there? I could put my speed cyclone in there and maybe throw a stun with whatever it is that I'm going to do. I think that's the way to go. Let's speed cyclone also. All right. I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna throw them back in here. How many cards do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we're gonna be done at that point in time. Now I'm gonna draw back up to 6 cards. All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. It's going to be an interesting set of cards because I have my two boosts that I want are right there. But I got Scarlet Witch. She would be nice to get out too. But I think I need my boosts more than I need Scarlet Witch out there at this point. All right, we're going to go villain's turn. So first thing, I'm going to put a threat on the main scheme. Next up, Rhino is going to see Pietro out there, so he's going to scheme. Now he's got a scheme of 1, and he's going to get a boost. He's going to scheme for, 3. All right, so that's a bit on the rough side, because if we get an advance, we're in a world of hurt at this point in time. It's going to be kind of dicey if we pull that advance. Let's see what we get for an encounter card. Encounter card is False Alarm. You are confused, but I'm already confused, so this card is going to surge. Nothing to see here, people. All right. We're going to surge into our next card, and Shadows of the Past. When revealed, reveal your set-aside Nemesis minion, put it into play, engaged with you. Reveal your set-aside Nemesis side scheme and put it into play. Shuffle the set-aside Nemesis encounter deck into your encounter deck. Yada, yada, yada. We're going to do Nemesis thing. So I haven't let's take a look at our nemesis here. All right, so we've got Avalanche. Insight 2. When revealed, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Each player must choose to either take 2 indirect damage or exhaust their identity. Okay, so that's almost as bad as, so he's got insight 2, and then I have to take 2 damage or exhaust my identity. We will go ahead and take 2 damage. Ouch. That was kind of sucky. All right. I forgot to untap my things coming into this round, so let me unexhaust all my stuff. I forgot to take my tokens away. Okay. We also get, is this his thing? This is his thing. So our side scheme is, no! Insight 1, when revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. So this is going to come out. That's going to shoot us up to 6. Or 7, sorry. Oh, okay. So it doesn't even really matter. Well, luckily I remember to remove my tokens there at the end. Then we've got a couple of earthquakes and a vibration resistance, which all of them have insight. Insight. Does that have insight? No. Yikes. Okay. All right. So what's the moral of the story there? The moral of the story there is my nemesis minion in Rhino for Quicksilver is a horrible card to get because that's dropping 3 threat out there. So it's like having another advance in the deck. Yikes. And there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have anything that will help at that point in time. And I was getting excited. I was about to get double stuff out there. And yeah, Avalanche is kind of a ruiner for Rhino there. So, and I think didn't I start that round at 0? Like, yeah, because he schemed for, there was 1 that went on, and then he schemed for 3, was it? Yeah, 1 went on, he schemed for 3, so that's 4, then Avalanche comes out, that's 3 more, so that was all in 1 round. He managed to drop enough threat to scheme out. Grrr. Okay. There we go. There's our first loss with Quicksilver. The good news is for a Quicksilver game, this game's over quickly. I think we're at about 30 minutes or so. So that's kind of fast for a Quicksilver game because he takes a lot of build, but I was just about to get to the point where I think I was ready to go off. The big problems with that game were, 1, my Serval Industries did not come out until like I was down to the last part of my deck. So I need that out earlier in order to make things churn right. The other one was my boosts didn't come out until the end. Nice thing was I got my defense out early, but my boosts didn't really, I didn't get my whole flow going here that I need to have going with Quicksilver. So, all right. That looks like that's it for this run at Rhino. I think we'll do 1 more on Expert and see how that works out. And then after that, I don't know if we're definitely going to change up villains because we've done a lot of Rhino recently. I don't know what I'm going to do for Hero because I've played the Precon Wasp and I played the Precon Quicksilver against Rhino. I think I want to change it up and maybe build a deck to go against another villain. And I'll have to figure out which villain to go up against at that point. So 1 more game of this, 1 more Quicksilver versus Expert Rhino. We'll see if we can squeak in the win there. And then we'll change out to something a little bit different after that. So, all right. Let me know if I missed something while I was playing there. I think I hit everything right. Would you have done, that's the question, would you have done the multiple man at the beginning there, or would you have gone with the build? I think the multiple man was the right play for that point in time because it got rid of the breaking and taking. I think I could have got it out there in another way, but I think that was the best play at that point in time. Kind of impressed with multiple man. Maybe I shouldn't have blocked with him on one of those attacks there and taken it. That way I had more multiple men out there at the end. But yeah, let me know if you think that was the right play or not. So, all right. Looking forward to the next game at Quicksilver. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching.